Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about how much money you can actually save if you manage to win every single vehicle that's on the podium at the Lucky Wheel. So this is what the game considers the jackpot. It's also the reward with the lowest odds. That's winning the podium car at the Lucky Wheel. Now, I've only won the podium vehicle once. I believe it was like the Infernus Classic. And what's funny is I actually did it on my secondary character. So it's kind of a vehicle that I'll really never utilize. It's just sitting in my garage. But either way, it's still really cool. There's like a special announcement that comes on the intercom. You get a text message from Tom Connors congratulating you. The walls of the Diamond Casino and Resort explode into a golden confetti. It's really cool, especially if you do it in a public session, because basically anyone inside of the casino has just been notified that someone won a car. Now, the other day, Rockstar Insider Test Funds 2 put out a very interesting tweet. He said this: if you manage to win every podium vehicle, you save yourself $13,246,000, assuming you don't own any of them. Wow, that's a lot of money. Over $13 million just on vehicles. Now, if you're wondering what those vehicles are and how the dollar amounts are sort of spread equally between them, let's go ahead and take a look at those vehicles right now. So the first vehicle is the Truffade Thrax. This, of course, was the very first podium car. It's also one of the handful of vehicles from the Diamond Casino and Resort update that's actually on the podium car. And this vehicle's price is $2,325,000, actually making it the most expensive podium vehicle that you can win. So a lot of you guys are also going to be wondering, will we have the chance to re-win this car or win another one? We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But that's the first vehicle right there, the Truffade Thrax. The next vehicle was the Turismo Classic, which actually came out in the Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit update for $705,000. Now, this is actually one of the best sports classic vehicles in the game. So if you do win that, not only are you getting a beautiful car, but you're also getting a vehicle that's very valuable in terms of using it in racing. So that's the second vehicle right there. The third vehicle was added in the After Hours update, and that is the Dinka Jester Classic. Again, this is another really good sports classic vehicle for $790,000. So again, you can see that the Thrax is by far up and away the most expensive so far. Now, after that, it's the Pegassi Infernus Classic, which we have also seen be added on the podium car. That is $915,000. This was also added in the Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit update and is one of the best vehicles in the sports classic category. After that, we move on to what is the current podium car, at least when I'm recording this video, and that is the Benefactor Schlagen GT, which is one of my favorite sports cars in the entire game, based off an incredible vehicle. This was added in the Arena War update for $1,300,000, so not bad right there. After the Benefactor Schlagen GT, it's the Cheval Taipon, a supercar added in the Southern San Andreas Super Sports Series. This is a really cool vehicle. It's not like the fastest or the best supercar by any means, but it is still a really fun car to drive around. That's the Cheval Taipon. After that, you've got the Truffade Nero, which I actually forgot was on Benny's. I was looking for it on Legendary Motorsports. I was like, where the heck is this car? But I forgot that this is a Benny's vehicle. So when you do unlock the Nero, you're going to get the normal version, which is for $1,440,000. But then you're going to have to pay some insane transformation costs. Like, I don't even remember what it is, but I want to say it's like $400,000 or $500,000 if you want to make it the Truffade Nero Custom. But either way, the Nero is a terrific supercar, so it's one you're definitely going to want to try and win. After that, it is the Enos Stafford at $1,272,000. This four-door sports classic was added in the After Hours update a very fancy vehicle, as you guys can see right there. If you haven't noticed, sort of the theme that Rockstar is going for here is more fancy, high-end cars. After that, it is the Ocelot Swinger that was also added in the After Hours update for $909,000. So we're getting some more recent vehicles in here from the past 2 updates. Now, the next vehicle that can appear on here, and it's interesting because it's the only one not from Benny's or Legendary Motorsports, is the recently released Gauntlet Classic. So this is one of, again, the few new DLC vehicles that will eventually be available on the Podium. Although because that was just released, I would suspect that it might be a couple of weeks before we see Rockstar ended up introducing this. And the final vehicle that we did not mention is because it's not available on a website, and that is the Armored Paragon R. Now, this vehicle is interesting because typically the only way to get this is if you complete all of the Diamond Casino and Resort casino missions as a host. Agatha Baker gives this to you as a gift. So that's pretty cool stuff right there. Those are the 12 vehicles that you can win. Again, for a total of $13,246,000. So those 12 vehicles right there mean that the Podium cars are going to be rotating with a new vehicle each time for roughly about 3 months. Now, after that, we're not sure what Rockstar is going to do. They might remove the Podium vehicles altogether, or what they might do is have them on repeat, where we see the Podium car get updated every single event week, kind of like a premium race and a time trial. It's just sort of the thing that Rockstar adds. Now, I'm not sure how Rockstar went about generating this list of vehicles for the Podium cars, and I'm not sure if they can add or take away vehicles without introducing a new update to the game. Assuming that is the case, those 12 vehicles are going to be the ones we see until a new update arrives. However, let's say that we've gone through all 12 of those vehicles, and we're already done with really a third of them by now. Before the next update arrives, what's going to happen? Well, again, as I just mentioned, there's a possibility that Rockstar just removes the cars and none more are added and you can't win them from the Lucky Wheel. Although I feel like that would be a little bit weird because the vehicle icon and tab is always on the Lucky Wheel. So I think what the more likely option is Rockstar is just going to keep repeating cars. Like they will start the list over again. Like it might go back to the Thrax and then the Turismo Classic and Furnace Classic, Jester, Schlagen GT, etc., etc. Now the big question with that is, let's say you've already won the Thrax on the very first week. Well, in a couple of months, if the Thrax is added back to the Podium car, will you be able to win it again? Or if you win that vehicle, will it only give you RP? As it currently stands, if you win the Lucky Wheel car, and then a day or two later, if you land on the vehicle icon again, you will be rewarded with RP. You will not be given a second vehicle. So I wonder how this is going to work if you've already won that vehicle, but it's been multiple weeks since it's been the primary Podium car. That's just something interesting to think about right there. Now, I've mentioned this in a previous video, but if you're curious as to why Rockstar only has certain vehicles on the Podium, it's 2 things. The first is they're actually limited by size. That spinning Podium is not very big, so Rockstar can't really put huge cars up there, otherwise it might clip through some of the items and objects in the casino, and they certainly don't want that. And number 2, they also want to fit the theme of the casino, which is sort of like a high roller luxury lifestyle, but they also don't want to put too many new DLC vehicles up there. Otherwise, you won't buy them. You'll just try to win them from the Podium. So I think Rockstar made a good balance of old cars and new cars. If we are fortunate enough to get another DLC in online, I would love Rockstar to either refresh the list of vehicles or extend the list of vehicles. That would be so cool. I feel like this Lucky Wheel and winning Podium cars is going to be a staple of future updates, if that's something that Rockstar continue to do. But anyways, that's all the information that I've got for you guys in this video today, and that is how much money you can save if you end up winning every single new vehicle that's placed on the Podium in Grand Theft Auto Online. Let me know in the comments down below, have you won any of the Podium cars from the Lucky Wheel? And if so, which one did you win? Was it the Thrax, the Schlagen GT, or any of the other ones in between? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And remember to subscribe if you guys are new or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA 5 casino news, info, videos, and more. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.